Yo, what up? It's your boy TMP. I guess I wanted to get some feedback on something. Um, I recently put up a post announcing that I was working on a project um, that would cover hip hop from like 76 to 79, like where it was, like the most, open, out in the open, but before commercialization. So a couple of people, one in particular, wrote in the comment that why am I honoring the people who have shitted on Boricuas? So, because the people, I mentioned Busy Bees, Sha Rock, from, everybody, you know who they are, the people in that era. So, I guess I'm at a loss because I refuse to watch the documentary by that person. So I don't know if they got footage of these people who, sort of idolize coming up. I don't know if there's footage of them saying "fuck Boricuas," "fuck microphone Prince." You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't think that somebody having the opinion, especially a pioneer, saying that this was a black thing and Puerto Ricans came later. You know, that's how they see it. That's how they see it. That's why the records I've done, they don't beat you over the head. They just present the facts, and then you decide whatever you decide. The Latin breakdown was about how there was love between Latin and black soul artists, and some of that bore fruit of breaks. So I believe there was something there for Boricuas. Um, but the issue quickly has become about something else, about the reality of the brotherhood. Like you could say we ain't do nothing, but the narrative is that we're racist and we're all this other shit. That's why when we got to the Ghetto Brothers project, what I'm doing is just basically laying out the facts as they are. They happen to be, the leadership of that organization happened to be Puerto Rican, and it was their choice that made the truce. But all right, well, you want to say that has nothing to do with hip hop, and Puerto Rico's got nothing to do with hip hop, even though that happened. All right, well, I just have a different opinion. So the point is that I can't, the dude was talking like, you know, uh, I could disallow somebody from this music that I'm working on because of their opinion. Like, in anything I ever wrote or said, I have to acknowledge Africa Bambaataa because he did what he did. Now, he also did what else he did, so I'm not glorifying the dude or anything like that, but if I'm documenting history in music, it has to be the facts. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's funny how the universe works because I was doing the Ghetto Brothers shit just to be doing it because I wanted the story to be told. Just so happened as I mixed the record, it wound up the Rubble Kings being re-released and me getting with Topaz, and even now we have things going forward that I might be able to present the music, and as so that worked out. Like I didn't know that was going to happen, and it just happened. Like he needed a promotional tool as soon as I had one, and we didn't even know each other. So this is kind of the same thing because the story on the Ghetto Brothers left off at that this was the thing that allowed for hip hop to be created, and this is a play. I'm not going to say anything else until everything is confirmed or released or whatever, but it's a play, and it addresses exactly from where the Ghetto Brothers left off. That's where this starts. You know, so like, am I missing something? Like far as Boricua, like, am I misrepresenting us if I continue to document the truth, even if some of the people in there don't think that we helped create hip hop? Like, I don't think that's I feel that we're being erased. So the answer is not to erase. You know what I'm saying? The answer is to just keep presenting information and presenting history. And I don't think I should be swayed by, like there was a rumor or something third hand that somebody very pivotal, um, a friend of mine who's also a Latin rapper, was going to an event at the Hip Hop Museum, and there was one of the pioneers kind of was less than happy at his presence, and kind of the vibe was like, you're trying to put Puerto Ricans and everything, blah 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 blah. So I'm saying that man still has the right to feel that way. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's enough of a reason to I'm gonna leave this nigga out because you know what I mean. Like, so just am I wrong? Am I bugging? Like, I don't fuck with nobody who don't fuck with me on the reals. Like, everything was good. We doing the Body by Nature shit this weekend, and in my mind of putting together a good show, I wanted to do the Fraud Jamal joint. And Third shut it down. He was like, nigga, this is the Body by Nature love and loyalty weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck you gonna do that song? You know what I'm saying? And it's true. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it was, to me, it would have made a dope part of the show. You know what I'm saying? But out of respect for Sadat X as well, like he might pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to disrespect the God ever. You know what I'm saying? So, me doing the song was one thing, but performing it somewhere is another thing. So that's good because sometimes I get on some shit too where fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's it, man. Just should I go ahead and document this shit accurately, or should I just get in my feelings and you know do what others do? Just resort to the bullshit. Like, it's a real question. Let me know.